All right, I'm going to go ahead and get started here in the next minute or so. Just want to tell everybody thanks for dropping in. I know it's kind of a busy day with lots of presentations and people to see. And I just want to tell you thanks for stopping by to chat with me. My name is Adam. I am here at Sandlot Goods in Kansas City. We are probably one of the smaller, if not the smallest supplier that's part of today's proceedings, and it's really, really cool for us to be a part of this. We are a retail-focused brand that is kind of new to the promo space, but but we're excited to be here. Definitely have been learning a lot as part of the space and making a lot of great connections, and so hopefully today is just another part of that. And so, yeah, I'm here to talk to you guys about what sustainability means to us and how we approach that factor as part of our business. Our kind of motto is premium pastime. So you'll see a lot of what we do is in the sportswear, the memorabilia, things of that type of nature. And so let's start by talking about our product, Woolly. Woolly is a drink sweater that is made from 100% merino wool. Neoprene drink sweaters and koozies are probably one of the worst things for the environment in the promo space. Neoprene has a half-life of infinity, and in order to make it, there's a lot of byproducts that are less than desirable, including some things that can cause cancer. And so, obviously, it's nice to have an alternative. Our owner, Chad, set out a few years ago to kind of make a drink sweater that was naturally insulative, that didn't use neoprene, and was as close to zero waste as possible. And through Woolly, we've kind of achieved that. It is a 100% natural material. It's a merino wool 3mm felt. Exclusive of the decoration, it is entirely zero waste. In about 6 months, this thing disintegrates almost entirely, which is really cool. And I think for us being a small supplier, that zero waste component or the degradation component is probably what's most important for us as we approach sustainability. When we think about being sustainable, it's less about what our small manufacturing facility does in terms of energy resources or carbon or anything like that. Our output for those types of things is fairly minimal. And so for us, it's more about what kind of products are we putting out there, and are we putting things out that have a negative impact on the environment as they age. So for us, this idea of approaching sustainability from the angle of like, we want our products to degrade over time and we want them to be biodegradable is really important. We don't often get to source materials that are recycled, but we do have the ability to resource materials that will be biodegradable. And so this is an example of that. The other thing that we do, especially with Woolly, is we try and minimize our waste. And so we actually design the pattern of the finished good based on the material that we get. So for instance, we'll take the width of the roll of wool that we have, and we'll design the pattern for the wool. We designed the pattern for the Woolly around that, such that we'd have as little waste as possible. Again, we're thinking about how much waste we're putting out into the world, because that's, in our view, the biggest way for us to maintain a positive impact on the environment. Woolly is certainly a premium product. It's definitely it's just not as cost effective as a neoprene koozie might be, mostly because natural materials like this, and wool in particular, carry some cost. But for the right client, it's certainly really a cool look. And we do a ton of business with this through breweries. People in the alcohol space tend to really like this product, especially when you embroider it with a leather patch or a woven patch. It starts to look quite nice, and it ages really well. It's one of those products that people want to hold on to. So we're pretty proud of it. It's definitely our bestseller. I want to talk a little bit about tote bags. I think that we kind of had a fun time in the last year approaching tote bags. The way that we've approached them from a sustainability standpoint is, again, looking at the constraints of our materials. And by that, I mean the width of the roll, the type of leather that we're using, and utilizing those constraints in a way that minimizes excess. So we took a 63-inch roll and we created a 21-inch pattern based on that, so that we're wasting literally zero pieces of canvas over the course of this, over the course of the roll of fabric, which I think is pretty cool. We want to approach our design and our manufacturing from that standpoint of generating as little waste as possible, while also utilizing a material like canvas that, again, is biodegradable and is not going to necessarily leave anything behind once it reaches the end of its life cycle. So what you see here is what we call our franchise tote. This is our top of the line tote bag. It comes with leather handles. It's got an interior pocket. It's quite detailed. It's a beautiful, beautiful piece. It's certainly like more of a retail focused item. And we also came out with our kind of answer to an economy tote, which is what we call the utility tote. Again, this was designed around the width of the roll, and so it's a little larger than most economy totes are because the roll necessitates that. But I think you end up with a very cost-effective, made in the USA, biodegradable piece of promo material here that is quite cool. And yeah, I think the idea of the story of designing around creating as little waste as possible is one that hopefully resonates with customers as well. I think there's been a lot of focus in the last few years on waste, and for those of us in the promo space, it can be something that we have to deal with. And so, yeah, that's something that we've thought a lot about here at Sandlot as well. A couple of other things I wanted to talk about. We want to use natural materials as much as possible. So when we do coasters, we do them in wood and leather. So again, things that will disintegrate over time, things that will disappear and just be reabsorbed into the environment. I think the look of these tends to be a little bit more high end. They tend to be more of a premium customer for sure, although the price doesn't necessarily necessitate that, but they're a really, really cool piece. Again, alcohol brands love this type of thing. We've done a million of them for breweries. People like that are great. Coffee shops. Yeah, those types of things are really cool. We also do a really great felt. The only non-sustainable material on this is the spine, which if you roll it up into a ball would be about the size of a piece of gum. And so it's a incredibly sustainable piece. It's definitely one of my favorites. I think, you look at the emphasis that we've had on work from home of late and kind of that environment that we want to create for ourselves in home. And I think pennants are a really cool way to be doing that. I've put a lot of my own personal emphasis on pennants in the last year, just because I think everybody needs one in their Zoom background. But I love the idea of a pennant being like an actual sustainable piece too. I think wool felt is just the perfect material for that for a number of different reasons. But yeah. And then that is what I have in terms of product for today. But I'd love to just pick everybody's brains a little bit. I know these calls can be a bit monotonous, and I was hoping to have a little bit of back and forth here because I think everybody has different ways that they view sustainability, whether that's through recyclability or whether that's through things like the way we view it, which is through, excuse me. Oh my gosh, my slides aren't showing. Shoot, I'm sorry. I apologize, guys. Should have been in a different view there. My fault. We don't have a specific website for promo yet, but we can send you specific. We can send you a deck for promo stuff. We are still very, very new in the space and have been on commonsku for just a couple of months, and so still working on that for now. Yeah, thanks, David. We'll do. I'm trying to figure out the best way to do this. It's terrible because I was literally on full screen that whole time and I couldn't see you guys. I feel bad. I'm sorry. Just going to try and flip through the old slides here one more time. Apologies for the error here, guys. Yeah, you can find us on commonsku. You can also find us at sandlotgoods.com. Again, most everything you'll see right away is going to be retail focused. But if you find us on commonsku or you shoot me an email, I will send you a deck full of promo goods for you. We do a bunch of different really cool things. I highlighted only what I consider to be sustainable products today. So we also do things like leather journal covers. We do more banner things. We do hats, like fully custom hats made in the USA, which is really cool. And so you are more than welcome to reach out at any time. Even if it's not a good fit at the present time and you just want to learn about our capabilities, you're welcome to shoot me an email and I will talk your ear off. I promise you that. But if nothing else, just want to thank you guys for joining us today because this is a really exciting thing for us to be a part of. And thanks to all of the commonsku team. You guys have been an awesome partner for us. I'm really, really grateful for the relationship that we've built with commonsku and looking forward to working more along the coming months. So really appreciate it. Hope everybody has an awesome day today and enjoys the rest of the breakout sessions. Thanks.